The Masters recap and NBA play-in bomb edition of the Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up at underdogfantasy.com. Promo code BOMBS to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. And all they have to say is...
All I gotta say is go fucking burn!
Oh, we apologize for that.
We apologize. Landon has...
You're a crumb creep. You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you, but you don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum. Put that on camera. You're a creep.
Welcome to the what was that? Welcome, Wilbur, to the Bottom Line Bombs. I'm your host, the laddie daddy, scumbagger Vance, the man in the box, bet detective CJ Sullivan.
This is Scumbagger Vance, and that's in the cup.
That's right. It is Scumbagger Vance. Adding a few more sound bites to the iPad for you, the listeners, the C-generates. Welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs, the host picks with bits for tobacco use only. C-generates, C-Jews, C-Gentiles, one and come all, as we are here Monday, April 14th. The day before tax day. We'll do a Masters recap. What a Masters it was. We had a Masters week last week with a lot of Scumbagger Vance content. And now it's over. It was a great Sunday, though. We also have the NBA play-in bombs. The NBA regular season is mercifully over. It's kind of amazing how the NBA season ended yesterday. And I think only one game mattered. And by mattered, I mean, it moved the seating around. That was yesterday's Golden State Clippers game. That was it. Out of the 10,000 games played, one mattered. So, but now they all matter, sort of. It's the NBA play-in games start Tuesday and Wednesday, so I'll do all four of those. Wednesday, I'll get into the actual series. Maybe a guest. I don't know. I'm thinking about that. I have a good NBA guest. I don't want to waste them, though. At the same time. Anyway, C-generates, if you are listening and watching on the X, hop on over to the YouTube. You can join the chat. You can pop in. I might need your help in a little bit. I mean, I always need your help. I always love your help, of course. Ever tell you that story? Did I? Well, answer me. Did I ever tell you that story? Way back, I know I've told you how I used to do a show called The Visitor's Locker Room. I had different forms of it. Mostly it was me, Sean Flannery, who I do the Blackout Tires with now podcast. Subscribe to that, Drinking Storytelling Show. And the legendary, the late, great Pat Bryce. And we were going to do a show a while ago on Sirius Radio. They offered us a deal, and we were about to do it. And then the late, great Pat Bryce pulled a jerk move and died. And then they said, okay, well, let's see you do an audition. You and Flannery, you and Sean. And we did it. And we thought it was great. They gave us notes. They wanted us to take callers. And I was like, we were always like, why? Why would we want callers? That's the public. Why would we want them on our show? We're the show. And radio producers don't like to hear that. That's how they know numbers and ratings. They need human interaction, fans interact. We didn't see it that way. And that's why I'm not on Sirius, among other things. Just kidding. Anyway, it's great. Love to have C-generates be a part of the show, like Stevie Elridge. Lots of travel, missing the live shows lately. Great to be back. You got a bomb. Great to have you back, Stevie Elridge. Speaking of which, always like to hear from the public there. You are going to come in now for the full car wash.
We get the full car wash! Woo-hoo!
That's right. Okay. Now, before we get into the show, and that is the Masters recap and the NBA play-in bombs and the Man in the Box segment, of course, I should probably tell you about all the picks and podcasts that SGPN provides, it's all located in one convenient place, the app. So download the free SGPN app wherever you get your GD pods and things like that. Anyway, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Masters.
This is Scumbagger Vance, and that's in the cup.
Well, I really need a microphone. That's me in the car talking about that. But Rory McIlroy did it. He banked it. He won. First major in 11 years. Oh my God! He completes the career Grand Slam. He was only the sixth golfer in modern history to have the career Grand Slam. That, of course, is the U.S. Open, British Open, PGA, and the Masters. He joins Ben Hogan, Gary Player. All right. Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, and who can forget Gene Sarazen? Oh, Gene Sarazen. Way to go, Gene. Pretty amazing. It was so much for golf because it was Rory versus DeChambeau. That's how it was built up. Comes in Sunday, last two, final pairing, 2 shots away from each other, like a big prize heavyweight fight. And then DeChambeau shit the bed, but then so did Rory. So then everyone else came in. So it was definitely drama, and it got suspenseful, but not the way we thought it was going to be. So that makes it golf. And then Rory tried to blow it. He tried his best. He tried his Roryest. He doubled number one. We're like, okay, here we go. And listen, I'm not the worst human being. I'm not the best. If I could be self, what is it? Self-evaluating, self-critiquing, whatever it is. I've softened up in my old age, but back in the day, I would have been rooting hard against Rory. It's like, fuck Rory. I mean,
Why? Because fuck him, that's why.
But now I feel a little bit bad. I mean, I get it, the whole dream thing, because he's still a little prickly, whatever. Let's just say, when it comes to the Irish, and I love the Irish, we are a Shane Lowry household. You know what I mean? He's the kind of Irish we are. But point is, it was amazing watching him try to blow. So, like, if he's going to lose, let's at least have him melt down like an old-fashioned Rory meltdown. Those are fun. But he pulled it together and he won in the playoffs. He beat our man Justin Rose. Let's go over some of the bombs that we had. I did have Rory actually in a odd. Here's a fun thing for you degenerates. So in mybookie.ag, one of our great sponsors here, they have a thing called Money Bag, where you set a bet and you don't know what the bet's going to be. I mean, they'll tell you. If you don't know who the bet's going to be, they'll tell you what the bet's going to be. The bet will be like, okay, like tonight's, Giants-Phillies game, exact score. Bet whatever you want, and the odds will be 30-1. Like, oh, okay, you put in $10, and they'll give you a score like 15-2, something that's pretty crazy. But I have it for a lot of sports. I'll do one actually online here. It's kind of fun. It's like spin the wheel, no whammy, no whammy. And me and Ryan Kramer were talking about it before, like, we don't do that anymore because they rip you off. You feel dumb. You feel like a mop. You feel like a rube, a fish, whatever you want to say, a donkey. If you make those bets, you get an absurd number. But for golf, they had it 62.5-1 or 66-1 or something like that. And they'll pick a random guy to win the Masters. I'm like, oh, okay, let's try one. Why not? Because even the bad ones are still 100-1. Who cares? So I put $100 on it, random. You pick it for me. And then I saw on the limit it said $10 max, but it wasn't a $10 max. I thought I saw it. It said something. It had some different numbers. I'm like, oh, I better bring that down. Then I'm like, I shouldn't bet 100 on this anyway. So I put it to 11 just to test it. And what happened? It gave me Rory McIlroy. Well, all right. Well, that's good, I guess, But at the same time, I wish I had $100. I got a 66-1 on Rory, but only for 10, 11 bucks, which pays like 600. Which, I mean, I needed it, trust me, to break even my other Masters bets, but it wasn't 6,000, that's for sure. So now, like a gambler, I'm thinking, well, what I could have won. And Sean Green, I don't know if you watched the Sunday night show on the SGP with Sean and Ryan drink and play blackjack. It's a great show. He calls me on to rub it in my face because Sean and Green had the gall to call it payback for the Lady Yukon Husky bet, which I don't understand.
Dancing for ladies!
How that correlates. He said it was karma for the Lady Yukon. Absolutely not. For one, I didn't throw the damn winner away. I took the winner. I needed the winner. But he's bending over backwards to try to make himself feel good by giving me that Lady Husky bet. Point is, I was happy to see Rory win. That's fine. Justin Rose, he beat him in the playoff. Amazing. Justin Rose had an amazing Masters. One, we did hit C-Generate's first round leader 60-1. That was given out right here on the Masters preview show last Wednesday. So bomb that. 60-1 first round leader. We hit it. We even hit the 60-1 Rory McIlroy, and somehow I still wound up down like $20.
You lost it all. No. Yeah. Technically.
I mean, after said and done, let's just say I came around.
I am not a fucking loser.
I came out around even. I'll just say that. But we hit Justin Rose first round leader 60-1. I had a lot of people message me online, thanking me, congratulating the whole thing. And, hey, that's what we do here. It's what we do. We give out picks with bits for tobacco use only. We entertain you. We give you some winners occasionally. 60-1, not a bad day, not a bad way to start off the Masters. You knew it was going to be profitable at least after that. I also had people saying it was an easy pick. Really? How is it an easy pick? Because it is the fifth time Justin Rose led after the first day, I believe, in the Masters. Or at least in major, whatever it was. Which is an amazing stat. And two, okay, then you bet it. You bet your 60-1. I'm not stopping you. Was it sharp? Well, let's just say it's a dart throw, but it's a sharp dart throw. It's a metal dart. It's not one of those plastic darts that, hit the top of the head. You got to hit the holes and it falls down to the bottom of the bar floor. No, it was a sharp dart toss of Justin Rose. A lot of people are talking about, obviously Rory getting the career Grand Slam. Everyone's rooting for Rory, blah, blah, blah. But Justin Rose, this is the third time he's been a runner-up in a major. He was the second time he's been in a playoff at the Masters. We also hit that. If you listen to the VSiN show, I gave out on Friday night, you could still get, make a playoff plus 400. That hit. Ship that. Justin Rose, just a couple other stats on Justin Rose. He's led or co-led 11 rounds in the Masters. Only Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer are ahead of him in that. And yet he's never won. But nobody talks about that. We just assume he likes losing it and coming in second place. So like when there was that playoff, when Rory choked on 18 and missed that putt, and he choked it, and they had to go to a playoff where it's like, all right, okay, Justin Rose, we don't really want you to win though. We just need someone to be there to go against him because DeChambeau obviously didn't want to. So, all right, Rose, you don't mind coming in second again, do you? Just missed that putt there real quick for us so we can have our moment. I mean, I did feel bad for Justin Rose, and he was amazing. He had 10 birdies yesterday. That tied our Masters record. He was amazing. If he didn't melt down so much towards the end of Saturday's round, he would have won this by like 2 or 3 shots. But he didn't. What can we say? I will say this. People understand how it's funny watching online people not heckle, but they just talk shit about like, oh, he doesn't have the clutch gene, blah, blah, blah. whatever. That's Skip Bayless nonsense. But everyone just talking about the Rory meltdowns and the whole thing. And how can he do this? Some of these great shots. And he did have amazing shots. I think he only hit 2 fairways off the tee. He was always hitting off those wood chips, but he'd bend his irons around. He was sticking incredible approach shots. But like, I think a lot of that's the equipment. I'm not saying it's the equipment, but the combination of how good these guys are and the equipment they have makes the game a little unfair. To be 11 under at the Masters is just amazing. That's how hard it is for these guys to be just 11 under. If they come to your course, wherever you play at around the country, a 4-day tournament, they probably shoot 45, 50 under. I think. I mean, they would just destroy these fucking courses. That's how people don't understand how good these professional golfers are. That's why I love all these heckling you see on X and Twitter and all this shit. It's like talking about making fun of them whenever golfers do bad. And first of all, you don't understand what a pressure. You think you have a pressure putt because of your skins game on the weekend, playing $20 with your partner. This guy's putting for the Masters on a tabletop green. Nobody. I mean, these guys are just, and I get it because they're normal looking people. They look like just like, being you. So you have, first of all, you have no fear of talking shit to them. But they're robots. They take like 30,000 swings a day. They are by far. I think they're better at their sport than we are as an amateur than maybe any other sport, even though we can play without getting hurt. See, football, baseball, obviously we'd get killed out there. But we can play to somewhat a level of a player too, Or maybe not. I don't know what I'm talking about. But the point is, these golfers, that's why one of the biggest bets I made was the first match where it was Phil Mickelson and Charles Barkley versus Peyton Manning and Steph Curry, whatever one is the NBA champion. Steph. Because Barkley swings so bad. Like, I don't care how bad Barkley's swing is. It's a football player and a basketball player going against Phil Mickelson. He can have Phil Mickelson and me out. It doesn't matter. He's Phil Mickelson. He's a professional. People don't understand how good these golfers are. And they killed him. They mopped the floor with him. Albert says, his daughter tells him Bryson DeChambeau was a big TikTok star, and that's how he bonded over the disappointment this weekend. It's true. Bryson DeChambeau, he used to be a kind of a nerd. He still is. Now he's a big YouTube star, TikTok star. He's got an online presence. He posts a lot of content. Good for him. People are mad at him because he said, Rory didn't talk to me. So, I mean, listen, he just had one of the worst rounds of his life. Pressure-wise. And the worst thing he's going to say is, Rory didn't want to talk to me. So what? It's better than how Rory Marikowa deal with it. Marikowa. Did I say Marikowa? I meant Colin Marikowa. Anyway. Oh, boy, I'm getting into the thing. Let me come back and let me do a quick ad read, and I'll come back and I'll tell you, then I'll go over all the other Master bombs, and we'll get into the NBA playoff bombs. But it was an incredible Masters, I will say that. It had the drama, and it was perfect for napping. Speaking of napping, this is not a segue at all. Speaking of napping, I'm not. But Edge Boost is. Don't go napping on Edge Boost. That's kind of a segue. I almost got there with it. If you ever have your deposit blocked by your bank right before a big bet, like you ever try to, I don't know, hedge your Rory McIlroy bet in the playoffs? Need to cash at 2 a.m. for another shot to tables, but hit your limit? Edge Boost has got your back. It's the first ever bank account built for bettors. It gives you fast, reliable access to your funds, making it easy to move money when you're where you need it without the delays that can come through traditional banks. For you high rollers out there, and I know there's plenty of C-Generals that are high rollers, you can move up to $250,000 a day on your Edge Boost Visa debit card with unlimited withdrawals. This works 24/7 for instant deposits. Never wait for a wire to clear your again. Edge Boost is a debit account that makes it easy to get started with no credit checks, no minimum balance, and no usage fees. Simply verify your identity and you're ready to go. Edge Boost is a suite of responsible gambling tools that help you manage your bankroll and make informed decisions. So what are you waiting for? Go to edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. Sign up for Edge Boost today. MyBookie.ag is right here. That's what we're brought to you by. It's your place to bet on every sport, including the NBA playoffs. Props for every game. It accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposit, lightning fast payout using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And I will give you some bets for mybookie.ag for the NBA play-in games in a little bit. Don't bully me, ad reads of when to give out bets I like for your site. I say your copy. That's enough, and I'll say it on my own time when it makes sense. But first, I have to talk about my bombs in the golf. Like I said, we hit the 60-1 first round leader. Hit that one. We even hit the lucky Rory, but we gave out all the other stuff we gave out did not do too well. Let's see. We gave out our matchups did well. We hit Rory over Scheffler, even though Scheffler did come back a little bit, but that was plus money, plus 125. Bank that. And we hit Patrick Reed over Thiegs, minus 134. Why did we like that? Because Patrick Reed was a jerk. Patrick Reed, only 2 shots back. He's the top 3. Our top 10, Corey Connors, we did hit that. He missed out on the top 5 at jerk. But Corey Connors plus 400. Everyone else did not do too well, including Colin Marcara. Rob McIntyre, Straka, Henley, they all bombed out. And our pools, I don't know if you guys played the pools. I did. They also did not do too well because of Henley. Straka and McIntyre, the Scots really disappointed me. But we did hit our thing, so... Other than that, it was a good match just betting wise. There was no hole in one. We missed that prop. What other prop was there? Let me take this down. I'm trying to remember. Oh, we obviously we missed Phil top senior. That was a bad bust. Sergio top continental European. We played that just because we didn't know continental European was a thing, but it is. Basically just keeping the damn Brits out of it, so I like that. And Ireland. And you're any island. Sicily, that's out, you know, for what they did with the Moors, whatever it was. Anyway, all our pools, like we had a couple good guys, but then just enough didn't make the cut, so that really hurt us. Anyway, all right. Now that the Masters is over with, now that it's finally in the cup.
This is Scumbagger Vance, and that's in the cup.
The reason why I was saying they're so good is because, and the way we don't react, like on 18, when Rory, all he needed was a par to win it, and he wound up bogeying by missing that putt, but he hit that second shot in a bunker, and everyone's just like, oh no!
Goddamn son of a bitch!
But he's like, yeah, that's no problem. I mean, a bunker shot is no problem for them. They do 10,000 of them a day, and he sticks one like within 5 feet. Anyway, then he just missed the putt because that was a little bit different. But we'll see. Scumbagger's ready for all the golfers that are going to be out there. Everyone watches the matches. And I'm going to go golfing. Let's go golfing. I wanted to go to putting green last night. I was down a YouTube hole for putting tips. Then the old Ben Crenshaw. Let me see what old Ben Crenshaw's up to. Ben Crenshaw, if you don't know, kids, one of the greatest putters of all time. CJ Sullivan, my dad, we used to have an ice chest of VHS videotapes. Half of it was all golf that he recorded. But then over by the library where the books were, I mean, library, you know, just where the books were stationed, you know, displayed. I wouldn't call it a library. There was a special 4 tape that looked like book. The cases they looked like leather-bound books, as Will Ferrell would say. And there was 4 of them that were separate from the other VHS tapes. And these were the granddaddies of VHS tapes, you know? One was the Villanova-Georgetown 1985 championship game. That's in a special place. The other, and that would rotate occasionally with a game, you know. Maybe there was a berth in there. Who knows? But all I know is the other two were Ben Crenshaw putting videos. They were not to be touched. Ben Crenshaw videos over in a special place by the library. So I looked it up and I'm ready to go out there and start putting. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into, as the golf season ends, not doesn't end, but it keeps going for a while. I'm just looking at the, now that it's over with, the NBA season over with. The NBA season's over with, but now it begins with the play-in games.
What are we good at? Have you found something that you can build on, an identity with this team?
No.
Absolutely not. Anyway, all right, let's get into the NBA play-in games. The season, like I said, only one game mattered, and that was Golden State versus the Clippers. Golden State lost, which I think helped them out. So now Golden State is in the play-in game. There are two tomorrow. Atlanta, Orlando, Memphis, Golden State. Now, Golden State lost to the Clippers, so now they're in the play-in game. Like, oh, you don't want the play-in game? Well, I think you do. Because, one, they got to play Memphis. They don't have to play the Lakers. And if they win, they get to play Houston, which is, we all know, a fake 2 seed. They're an absolute fraud of a 2 seed. They're at the Knicks last year. And I'll get to the Knicks later in the next show. Good God, I hate Knicks playoff season. But let's start it off with Memphis, Golden State, at Golden State, line 7, 228.5. This is what Golden State brought in Jimmy Butler for. Jimmy Butler is an expert at the play-in game. The play-in game, if you don't know, I think it started in COVID, where usually it was 8 teams a conference makes the playoffs, 1 through 8, blah, 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 seeded. But then they added 2, 9 and 10, because the COVID season to make it a little more, then you can play in your way to earn your way to the 7th and 8th seed. So that makes more teams eligible, which why not? Why not play 82 regular season games to only kick out 5 teams? Why not do that? Why not just make everything about money? There are 30 teams in the league. 20 of them are playoff eligible. That means 5 teams per conference don't make the playoffs. You have to actively want to tank and fail to not make the playoffs. You just need to really hate work. You need to be Phoenix or Philadelphia. Like, you know what? Fuck this. This is not worth it. Memphis, they started this whole, this whole NBA season, this is absolute nonsense. They started this nonsense by firing their coach with 9 games to go. Denver gave you the old hold my beer with that one. We'll do it with 3 games to go. Their new coach, they don't even have a winning record with them. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Ja Morant's been hilarious. Ja Morant got fined or got warned for doing the fake gun celebration. He's doing a fake gun celebration where he's shooting at the Golden State Warriors, and the Golden State Warriors like ratted on him. Draymond Green and Seth Curry like, hey, ref, you see with the guns? He has a gun history, you know. I know we did guns beforehand, but he did guns back, but he's got a gun history.
Cultural gap. Yeah, it is. Big time.
I mean, and so the NBA is like, hey, Ja, chill out with the guns, buddy. We all know we had to suspend you for having a gun in an Instagram video. Now, normally you say, well, what's going on? Why is guns so frowned upon in America? I thought America did guns. Well, we like when whites have guns. We like that. We accept that. But not hip-hop, young, rich, wealthy black men. We don't like that. And actually, the problem was, it's not just a Second Amendment thing. We don't even mind the guns. We just didn't like him dancing with the guns. That was Ja's problem. We don't like you setting it to, rap songs on Instagram or TikTok and doing a dance with your guns. You can shoot people on your property. We're fine with that. Our country loves that. But we don't like dance moves with guns. So Ja got suspended for that. Now he came back. Now he does the gun. He does the gun celebration. He gets warned. And what did Ja Morant do to counter that? Pretty funny. He did a hand grenade celebration. His next move was, okay, if you don't want me to do guns, how about if I do grenades? Which, tip of the cap to Ja. That's pretty funny. He would hit a three-pointer, and then he would pull the pin out of a grenade and pretend to throw it at the audience. The fans, his home fans, whatever, people, paying money to watch him play basketball. He's launching fake grenades at him, and then he's putting his fingers in his ears, Wile E. Coyote style. So, it doesn't hurt his ears. The explosion, of grenades going off in a massive amount of people. Pretty funny. Then he did a bazooka one. He did like a nuclear, and I think finally got fined for that, which is kind of crazy. It kind of reminds me. He's showing how silly it is that you're defending him for the gun because it's air guns. First of all, where are our Second Amendment right enthusiasts? Where's our air gun rights enthusiasts? Our Second Amendment air gun rights people. I don't know. Point is, the way Quentin Tarantino parodies violence in his movies, like where he has it over violence, like in a Kill Bill with like the blood everywhere, and where it's cartoonish. I think that's what Ja Morant's doing with the cartoonish weaponry celebration. Like, yeah, you think I'm not a gangster? I'm a fucking millionaire basketball player, and I'm having fun. We have fun with guns. What's wrong with that? And I agree with him. Leapy Two-Step says he's got an arsenal of weapons on standby. It's true. He does. It's like there's been funny tweets and memes of going through the video game of like, Metal Gear, whatever, like picking your weapon, like you're a player picking your gears of metal of gears. Boy, I sound old when I try to talk video games. Good Lord. I'll just say, I'll say Halo. That's the last game. That's the last game I comfortably played with weapons.
And I'll leave it at that.
And so will I.
Now, to the game itself, let's break it down. Golden State got hot towards the end of the year, but obviously they faded. They might not have been as good as that fade. Memphis, not as bad as it seems. I kind of like that new coach. Ja's been playing well. Now that he does all pick and rolls. 7 points just seems like way too much. This is a one-game playoff game. Neither one wants to lose and play again because you're not guaranteed you're going to beat either Sacramento or Dallas, although this year I think it is better. They probably will win. That being said, I do think Golden State wins the game. Like I said, this is why you brought Jimmy Butler in. And they have been much better defensively without Jimmy Butler. But without Seth Curry, though, their offense, look, Buddy Hield is jacking up threes. What's going on out there? Steve Kerr's in playoff mode. He's already doing his press conference diatribe, State of the Union, what the sport needs, what the world needs. I'm getting a little sick of Steve Kerr, to be honest with you. I know he's a great guy and all that, but Steve Kerr recommended that the NBA season shouldn't be 82 games long. That could make it better. Yeah, we know, Steve. We know the NBA would be a better product if it wasn't 82 games. Chop off 30 games. You'd have an incredible... We get it. We bring this up all the time. You're the fucking problem, not you, but your owners will never allow that. They want to buy. We've brought this up many times. Owners won't do it. So shut up. You're getting paid by these guys. Don't act like you thought of this genius idea. That one strike season with when the Spurs beat the Knicks in Spreewell, when it was like 54 games, that season was awesome because every game mattered. So don't come to us now, Kerr, and say, we know. But we already brought it up. It's not going to happen. That being said, Golden State at home 228.5. I don't really want to mess with. I think Memphis can stay within a number. That's just a big number. We're going to take Memphis plus 7, but Golden State will win because Jimmy Butler, you better win this game, Jimmy Butler. This is play-in Jimmy. This is what you're about. Let's do it. Bomb it. Memphis plus 7. Literally a jaw bomb. A GI jaw bomb. The next Tuesday play-in game is Atlanta and Orlando. This line is 5. Total is 217. This is an interesting one. They just played on Sunday, although that game really didn't mean much. Orlando went 2-1. Orlando had I liked Orlando all year. They were fun with Franz Wagner, Pancho Vaquero. But then they lost Jalen Suggs for the year. That's going to hurt. Trae Young he can hide out and kind of like all of his weaknesses kind of be shadowed by not having Suggs to go after. Atlanta also has play-in experience, but I don't mean playoff experience. Well, they have playoff experience, but they're very comfortable in this play-in atmosphere. I'll make this one quick. I'll also take the points in this one. I think this will be a tight game. I think it's going to be a defensive game. Orlando plays defense. They cannot shoot. Atlanta doesn't like to play defense, but here's the thing. Come playoff time, everyone plays defense. That's the problem with Thibodeau in general. And I love Tibbs, but they play defense all regular season, and they care, and that's why they have great regular seasons, because no one else does that. But come playoff time, everyone plays defense. Because like, all right, well, this matters. So I believe Atlanta will be able to play defense with Orlando, and they have a better offense. They'll be able to shoot. So give me the 5 points. I actually think they win this game outright. What's the money line on this one? Should we take a look? Yeah, let's take a look. It's still a little sprinkle. Plus 170 I'm looking at right now. So let's take Atlanta plus 5 and 170. I even like the under 217. If you want to do all 3 of them, let's bomb it. So for Tuesday, it's Atlanta plus 5, Memphis plus 7. I actually wouldn't even be shocked if Memphis beat Golden State as well. Let me take a look. What's a money line parlay of those two play? Oh my goodness, see Generates plus 820. All right, you know what? Let's add that on there. I just talked myself into it. I mean, this money. Let's do the full. Plus 820 Atlanta Hawks and Memphis Grizzlies outright. You're damn right. We'll ship that. All right. Now let me tell you about Underdog, and then when I come back from that, we'll talk about the Wednesday night playing bombs, and then of course a man in the box. But first, let me tell you what I just said. Underdog. Why not go here and not put the Underdog Pick'em thing up there? Underdog Pick'em. It's time for the Underdog bonus Pick'em. You can play any sport, win up to 100x. Sign up with promo code BOMBS to claim your special pick. First time deposit up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code BOMBS. I'll put an entry in right now. I'll put in a play-in entry for you. Here's one I like. All right. We're going to go with Franz Wagner lower than 1.5 3-pointers made. I don't know if you've been watching Franz Wagner lately, but his 3-pointers have been abysmal. I mean, he's missing left, right. They're all over the place. So he will not make 2 3-pointers. And then let's go to the other game. Let's go with that Zach Edey. He's been beasting. And I think he's going to dominate the boards against Golden State. So higher than 10.5 rebounds. There's my entry right there. The Underdog entry. So sign up Underdog, promo code BOMBS. Put in Zach Edey higher than 10.5 rebounds and Franz Wagner lower than 1.5 3-pointers made. And that is a nice, juicy little 2.5 to 1 payout. All right. Also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you with props. Rhythm is your home for AI-backed picks and props. It's now live for Major League Baseball. They got models for NBA as well and golf. Picks are so good, it feels like cheating. Build your own model, simple and easy. It's got some amazing deals going on now. 25% off monthly subscription with promo code SGPN25 and 50% off annual subscription with promo code SGPN50. That's RITHMM, promo code SGPN25 or SGPN50. And we're back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, CJ Sullivan, the Laddie Daddy, the Scumbagger Vance, the Bet Detective, I just like playing that song. It's incredible. Thank you all, C-Geners, who are joining me live on the chat here as we break down. We recap some Masters. We're talking NBA play-in games. I'll do a Man in a Box segment in a little bit. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on the YouTube since you're watching. Just give it a thumbs up. What's that do? It tells your computer you like it. Do you like it? Doesn't matter. You can lie. Just let the technology get along. Let the phone, let the computer know that you guys like each other. Subscribe to me on Spotify, iTunes, wherever pods are told. The Bottom Line Bombs with CJ Sullivan. On X at CJ Sullivan _ Instagram at CJ Sullivan was taken _ in between each word. You know how those things go. Make sure you do all that. All right, let's get into it. So we did Tuesday's games. Now we do Wednesday's games. Miami at the Bulls. Bulls -1, total 219. This is interesting. Now, the Miami Heat, they are the true king of the play-in games. Spoelstra, Miami, they're in this every year, and they win it every year. Spoelstra's the best coach in basketball in the NBA. I really don't want to go against him in a one-game situation. This is scary. But at the same time, they traded away Jimmy Butler. I saw a thing this year, remember, on ESPN, and I don't watch it. Nor do I apologize, but you can't avoid it. The first takes and all that, the nonstop debate shows that they do. And I didn't even have the sound on, but I just saw like it was like at a bar or something. What went wrong with the Miami Heat this year? And it had, Stephen A. and Perkins, and they're all screaming. What went wrong with the Heat? And they're blaming Tyler Hero for fucking pulling up for three instead of dunking it. Oh, I don't know. Was it maybe their $50 million a year superstar decided he didn't want to play for them anymore and force his way out? Did that affect their team at all when they lost Jimmy Butler? I think their chances got a little more slimming when that happened. That being said, they rallied towards the end of the year, started playing a little better. They're a tough team. They're a tough out. But this Bulls, these cardiac Bulls, Chicago, baby. You got to love them. That's a little Siskel and Ebert for you. I love these Bulls. I'm giddy over the Giddies. They're a young team. Giddy likes them young. Oh, come on.
She always knows her place. She's got style. She's got grace.
She's a giddy. She's a giddy. I can't even play on that long, or they will come after me. Yeah, this Bulls team, I'm all in on these Bulls team. The Heat do love the playing game, but I'm all for these Bulls. They're just fun. And to tell you what, this is going to be different. This is going to be a huge playoff atmosphere in Chicago because the Bulls fans have been waiting a long time for the Bulls to be good again. The Ben Gordon days didn't count. Derrick Rose certainly counted. Back to Tibbs and Joakim Noahs, they were fun, but then he would get hurt every single year. That was another reason why I don't blame Tibbs. People love to blame Tibbs, like, oh, he runs his regular season players into the ground. Yeah, possibly. Also, Derrick Rose was going to get hurt no matter what. That's what his knee did. It got hurt. That being said, this place is going to be absolutely on fire. So give me Chicago Bulls -1. This is my favorite play-in. The only thing that's stopping me is Spoelstra and his Heat, but I think it's going to be too much for him. So give me the Bulls -1 to beat Miami. My favorite bomb of the bombs of the 4 play-in games is this one. Bulls -1. Bomb it. Then the final one, we have Dallas, Sacramento. Sacramento -5, 215.5. I don't like Sacramento. I don't like this team. But they do have Zach LaVine, speaking of Bulls, and DeRozan, right? Speaking of old Bulls. And this Maverick team, not as bad as you think they are, or as we want them to be. But they just upset me. Every time I see the Mavericks, it upsets me. And the fact that they just normalize this Luka Doncic trade, when they talk about, well, the Lakers been good in this since the trade. Now I'm seeing all the patting their own backs and all that shit. JJ Redick, got to give him credit. He said he wanted to give him 50 wins, got him the 3 seed. Yeah, he did get him the 3 seed. I mean, you can't take it away from him. They also got Luka Doncic for absolutely nothing. It's so tilting. It is so beyond tilting. The Mavericks should never, ever, ever be let off the hook for this trade. It is the dumbest, stupidest thing that has ever occurred this year, at least in the NBA season. It's insane. And that's not to say Anthony Davis isn't good. And I know that he gets hurt. But it's just crazy that you would trade Luka Doncic at 25 years old for a 32-year-old Anthony Davis and Max Christie. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. And for them just to act like this is normal. Well, how's the team changed? How's the team changed? Well, they lost a world icon. They lost one of those. Did they get one back? No. Apparently they're not. They're kind of rare to get an international superstar. Granted, Kyrie Irving getting down doesn't help at all. And just out of spite, I don't like this game because I don't like Sacramento. But I'm taking Sacramento -5 because I can't stand even looking. Mavericks, I can't even look at you. That's how you are.
Bad luck just seeing a thing like that.
Sickens me. Absolutely sickens me. But we'll take Sacramento -5. So there it is. Bulls -1, Sacramento -5. 2 favorites on Wednesday, 2 dogs on Tuesday, Atlanta +5, Memphis +5. All right. That being said, that now I'm getting upset. I don't want to get upset. The problem is I live out here in Los Angeles. Really beautiful Los Angeles. Recording here from Eagle Rock. But these Laker fans, they don't even know Luka Doncic was on the Mavericks. They're like, oh man, what a savvy move. We got this Luka. Good thing. I'm glad we went through with that trade. Went through with the trade. You go through with anything. It was delivered to you hand by the fucking league. It's so hard to take the NBA serious. But what am I gonna do? Not watch it? Not bet on it? No, that's not an option. I'm for it. I'm all for it. You know what? You have to embrace it. You have to embrace the absurdity of the NBA. That's what makes it great. The drama of the NBA makes it great. The fact that they paid like $1 trillion for a TV deal and nobody watches the games on TV is hilarious. It's a content league, which is fine, which is, good for them. They got it figured out. They haven't figured out. I'll tell you that much. Baseball is getting tossed in a fucking trash can by ESPN, but they're paying $1 trillion for people to tweet out emojis and shit. What am I talking about?
Who is this guy? He's got like every meme ever produced on the internet. He can knock us out with his memes. And I have tons of memes. I'll just keep memeing them to death until they just surrender because they just can't do it anymore. They don't have the memes that I have.
They don't have the memes that I have. It is funny. Watch, let me get into the box. I mentioned him earlier, Skip Bayless. It's funny watching Skip Bayless now because he got, speaking of which, he was fired from Fox Sports or let go or whatever the deal was. I don't care. It's funny watching these people who do the hot takes grow up and like age and try to stay relevant. Like he does these weird things where he does do a tweet and it's just him in a video saying DeChambeau doesn't have the clutch gene or Rory doesn't have the clutch gene. Like you're just trying to do hot takes to get a reaction on a format, on a platform where no one cares. is amazing. I want to see these people age like in their deathbed, just doing hot takes about the doctors and whoever else. Fucking Tim Hardaway the fourth can't shoot. What? Okay, Grandpa, just go to bed. Like they have them going as normal fans and debate. It's just so absurd and sad and great. Anyway. Let's get into it. Let's get into the box now that was our show. Thank you, everyone who did join, by the way. Tomorrow is tax day, April 15th. Maybe today is tax day, depending on when you're listening to it. Maybe yesterday was tax day, depending on when you're listening to it. But as I record right now, tax day is tomorrow. I'm sure everyone, all these degenerates have got it done already, right? Gamblers especially are very particular when it comes to their taxes. You better be. I do like getting tax advice from other gamblers. You know, take those losing tickets. Make sure you collect them when they come for you. You gotta write off any winnings. One time when I won a poker tournament, it was a World Series circuit tournament. It was a big score. It was around 50,000. That's when I had other gamblers, friends of mine, that would come out of the woodworks, tell me how to write off. Make sure you write this off. Go to the track, collect yourself a bunch of losing tickets. You write off every cent. You don't give them back 1 cent. All right, calm down. My in-laws, ex-in-laws, now that I'm divorced, but that was one time when I bonded with him. We were at the racetrack and I was collecting losing tickets. And Tom, my ex-wife's dad, he was like, I don't know if he enjoyed that I was a degenerate gambler as much, but he did like sticking it to the government, like every dad does. Oh, I'll help you with that. I'll help you cook the books. So we got all that. Anyway, tax days is always terrifying. Taxes in general, way more scary than it should be in our country, I believe. Well, you got the IRS, you got audited, the whole thing. I think the main reason is we're never taught how to do taxes in school growing up. It's only the most important, maybe the only thing that you need to know as an adult. How do you do taxes? School should teach you two things: Spanish and taxes. Stop fighting. Stop saying, hey, speak English here. Well, all right, well, half the country speaks Spanish. You might as well teach us it. Maybe there'll be less fighting going on. But also, fucking taxes. Let's skip. I'm not saying we got to skip geometry. Well, actually, I am saying skip geometry and algebra. How many dumb classes did we grow up with? How many waste of time classes did we have? And not once did they teach us how to do taxes. Hell, how to fill out a job application, how to make a resume, things that matter. I gotta give out the point meridian. I gotta do I gotta break down the sentence with the adverbs. Who gives a shit? All these things can be punched into WordPress or the Microsoft Word. Everything can be done by computer. Teach me what I gotta do with fucking taxes. Anything. This shouldn't be that scary. Tax day is his birthday. Happy birthday, Loppy Two-Step. Yeah, well, that makes it even more scary. Then you have to make sure your taxes are on there. Boofer T says, the IRS knows what we owe or do. They just want to screw it up and be happy about it. Us to screw it up. I know. It's like, okay, well, what do I owe? You figure it out. What do you mean I figure it out? You know? Yeah, we know. All right, is it this? No, well, we're coming for you. Now you're going to jail. What do you mean? Just tell me what I owe. No, we don't want to tell you. In Japan, they tell you. It's not even a thing. There's like, okay, you owe this. Hit this button. All right, fine. And that's what we would do. Fine, just tell us what we owe. We'll pay it. I don't care. It all comes back to the price of grapes. Everyone's bitching about the price of eggs. Fuck that. It's the price of grapes that upsets me. Why? Because it's all over the place and it's got no consistency to it. Same thing with my taxes. I owe nothing. They owe me. Anytime the taxes owe me, I don't want it. Just in case something down the line comes. I want to know that I didn't take that money. You keep it. But grapes, here's what I'll say about grapes. And I mean, the price changes weekly. And there's no in between. Sometimes you can see like milk crates of these things for like $3 and they're dripping wet, pouring over like right off a truck. Sometimes there'll be like 6 of them on a vine that came from Adam and Eve or something and they're like $19. What the fuck is going on with grapes? Just set a price for them. And I'll pay even more. I'll pay $10 if that's what they are. If that's what we establish they are, fine. I'll pay for the grapes. I'll pay for the grapes. Just tell us what they are. Stop moving a number around. This is a hot take. Justin Casey says red grapes especially. Red grapes, I don't deal with the red grapes as much. Stevie Elder says cotton candy grapes or get the heck out of here. That's interesting. I don't know about the cotton candy grapes. They are good, but they're kind of sugary, obviously, the cotton candy. I don't trust cotton candy grapes, to be honest with you. I feel like they're in a lab or something. They're injecting them with something. You're not allowed to eat grapes. Grapes are best fed to you, you know? Someone has to feed you grapes. That's how grapes are supposed to be served. And, you know, it's supposed to hang over your hand like you know, you're a slob of like a king, you know, or a queen. Queens get it too. They get fed grapes off a stalk, you know. I always say it's like a Rolls Royce. You can't drive your own Rolls Royce. That's the luxury of it. You have to have a driver. You drive it off the lot. You go to the lot, you drive the Rolls Royce off the lot, but then you had a driver immediately drive you around it. You can't bring him, you don't bring your driver to the dealership. You can't let them see what's going on with your financials, for crying out loud. It's like your taxes. You hold that to yourself. But and grapes, if you're eating your own grapes, that's like driving your own Rolls Royce. Low class. Okay? You guys are better than that, C-generates. Have your partner, be it man, woman, as long as it's of consenting age and consenting whatever. As Buford T says, you get in a gold robe, a nice gold robe, and you feed each other grapes. Or have one feed to you, you know? Maybe that's why we pay premium money for. If I'm paying $15 for a bushel of grapes, they better be fed to me. This was about taxes at one point. In geometry class. In Latin. Spanish is the other one, too, I say. They teach us taxes and teach us Spanish. I mean, good God, it's basically the second language in this country. I'm taking Latin, for fuck's sakes. I took Latin in high school. Why? It'll help you with your SATs. No, it won't. Yeah, if I knew Latin, maybe it would help me with SATs, but I'm not going to learn Latin in 3 years in high school. First of all, I'm already too old to learn anything. You want to learn, it has to happen when you're 8, when your brain's a sponge, when you can learn everything. Grade school. High school's too late to learn something, let alone college. Fuck that. I'm not going to learn Latin in high school. Why is this even an option? It'll help you through SATs. First of all, who gives a shit about your SATs anyway? It's not even a thing anymore. It's all an essay. And so I can break the declension of the word. What a sham that was. I took 3 years of Latin. I can't even count to 10. I can't say hello to you. I could write you a letter. I know how to write the declensions. I know how to write some of it. I couldn't speak it. And if I could speak it, who's going to speak back to me? A priest? Insane.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me.
Wrong soundbite, but that was a good one. I was trying to do the Kim Mulkey. Who am I going to speak Latin to? A priest?
It ain't gonna work, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you. Fucking Kim Mulkey.
And once again, we apologize for CJ's language.
Oh, man. Anyway. All right. That's enough of that. Boover T says, doing my taxes is like reading Spanish. The system failed me twice. It's exactly right. The system has failed us. What's the worst? What do you think is the biggest waste of time class? Is it geometry? Geometry's pretty up there, I would say, but they're all pretty bad. Anyway, I'll tell you what they were not doing taxes. One class. I mean, I don't even care. Listen, you can say fine arts, music. No, home economics. I don't even give a shit about that. Home economics is probably bad. All that shit's in cookbooks and whatever online recipes. I don't need to know the technology behind the cooking of it. But even those art classes, okay, fine. Then there should be one elective class, just like that's what taxes should be. Its own fucking class. And that's the thing too with all these calculus and number and all that shit when you're a kid. Like, obviously, I'm not going to be a scientist if I'm not getting advanced calculus. They should separate them immediately. Okay, you're dumb, kid. You're dumb. You go over to wood shop. Don't cut your hand off. And here's how you fill out a job application. That's what you're going to need to know. Stop trying to figure out pi, all right? That is not in your cards. Oh, man. All right. That's going to do it for let me get out of the box. Am I out of the box? Yes. River T says he needs geometry to know if his IKEA furniture will fit in the old bedroom. Love IKEA. Go out there, get yourself a nice. I might have to do some content in the IKEA. Content in the IKEA. That's got to be the thing, right? Where people shoot. There's just so many of those videos where kitchens and bedrooms and sampling it out. You could probably live in an IKEA. There's nothing better than when an IKEA piece of furniture falls apart on you and then you go, oh yeah, that's right. I got this at IKEA. There's a reason why it was so simple and nice and easy to put together. It also falls apart because it was built by me. I almost forgot. Anyway, all right, CJ, that's going to do it for today's Bottom Line Bombs. Thank you for joining us, everyone in the chat. Boofer T, Stevie Elridge, Johnny K, Justin Casey. I'm sorry. Liberty Two-Step. Happy birthday to you and the taxes. And everyone else that joined us anyway. Wednesday, I will go down to all the NBA series with future prices. Good luck with all that. And, yeah,
And I'll leave it at that.
And so will I.